Hello and welcome to the Morning Watch on Love 101 FM. I'm your host, Toussaint. A special welcome to our listeners on love101.org, and if you're overseas and on the move, U.S. listeners can access us at 712-832-8001. And if you're in the UK, 0330-332-6541, or join us via the Love 101 FM app that can be downloaded from the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can also join us on Love 101 FM Facebook and YouTube Live. In the first watch today, looking at the need to protect the sound minds of journalists. And in the second watch, understanding the burning truth about some sunscreens. For our social media question, we ask, what's your most favorite and effective way to protect your skin from the sun? We're asking you to share your responses on our Love 101 FM Facebook page and YouTube channel, and also on WhatsApp 876-997-3125 using the hashtag The Morning Watch. We'll share your responses later on in the program, but before all of that, here's our quote.
All right, good morning. Today's I quote says, "You don't know who you really are until all hell breaks loose." That is our quote for today.
All right, morning, Juka.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm not sure I agree with that quote. No? Yeah, because I think as your devotion earlier was saying,
right,
we know who we really are when we ask the Lord.
Right. That's when all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. The first watch will be back after this break.
Want extra control over your debit card? Block or unblock your debit card instantly with the MTB mobile app, keeping it safe even while it's in your wallet. See any suspicious activity? Just open the app, tap block, and it's protected instantly. Or if you've misplaced your card, no worries. Block it temporarily while you look. Then, when you're ready, simply tap unblock, enter your RSA token code, and be back in action. Take charge of your security today and put the power to protect your funds in your hands.
Popcorn? Check. Christmas movie list? Check. Space to hang your free Samsung Smart TV? Check. Explode's massive Black Friday Yard and Road sale. Everyone who signs up for Flow Yard and Road online for only $5,300 plus GCT gets a free Samsung Smart TV plus a chance to win $1 million cash. This offer is only valid for Flow Yard and Road online signups between November 25 and November 30. Visit discoverflow.co to sign up today. Conditions apply.
Black Friday Mega Madness. Black Friday Mega Madness. Black Friday Mega Madness.
Get ready to make a for our biggest sale of the year. This one is massive. It's the Black Friday Mega Madness weekend at Walmart Things. Every single item in store, 30 to 70% off this Friday only. And catch the Saturday specials too. Deal is on at Walmart Things. 111 Downtown Spring Road. It's a weekend.
Life gets easy. From work to play, but don't forget your health check.
The NHS card now offers discounts on PSA tests and pap smears. Health check for prostate and cervical cancer. Women 21 and over with a subsidy for pap smears every 3 years. Men 40 and over receive an annual subsidy for PSA tests. Get your NHS card today. The NHS is here for health. The NHS is here for you.
Attention small and medium-sized businesses. Love 101, Jamaica's #1 gospel and family station, is bringing you Season Splendor, your chance to boost holiday sales and showcase your products to Jamaica.
Imagine your business promoted on Love 101 FM radio and social media, plus live. on-air interview opportunities leading up to and during the event.
Visit love101.org or call us to register today.
Spaces are limited, so don't wait. Register now to secure your booth at Season Splendor.
Remember, visit love101.org to register or just click the link in our Instagram bio. Let's make this season unforgettable.
And make this Christmas your most successful one yet.
It's another time for engagement and fun interaction this coming Saturday, November 30, as Love 101 FM goes live from Host Hardware and Supplies Limited, 4 Devon Penn, St. John's Road, Spanish Town. It's a whole vibe, a good vibe, and a great time as we tell you about the plenty things Host Hardware has in store for you. Join us live on location. Come see if you can find me. It's Host Hardware Customer Appreciation Day for Devon Penn, St. John's Road, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. this Saturday, November 30. Secure your receipt after shopping for the big prize of the day. Live highlights will be on the family station, Love 101. This Friday will be another mega fantastic live encounter as Love 101 makes its way to Mega Mart in cool Mandeville. Come on out and shop till your cart full up and enter to win one of 4 brand new Christmas kitchen sets available at each location of Mega Mart. You heard right. You can win a brand new fridge, new microwave, new stove. Just purchase $6,000 or more plus tax and fill out the form and enter to win. And there's more. You can even win monthly prizes too. Join Love 101 on location and come shop at Mega Mart Mandeville. Listen live for the fun. One mega lot of fun indeed. This Friday, November 29, we are live 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101. I've got you ready to lift your praise this Worship Wednesday, coming your way inside Alive 1 to 4:30, November 27, packed with worship, fun, and information. Mental Mavericks assemble for the brain testing, Menticize at 1:45. Prayer Warriors Unite, fuel your faith and ignite your spirit at 2 p.m. with Prayer Blast. 2:15, we feature Stephanie Gritzinger as our worship artist of the day. At 3 p.m., find out what's hot, what's new, what's next. Your scoop on entertainment, sports, lifestyle, and more. All this and more will come your way inside Alive, 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. This World of Worship Wednesday, November 27th, with Sarah and the Chirpy One. Let the worship waves wash you over on the family station, Love 101. Here is your opportunity to connect with someone who will listen, pray, and give guidance. It's the Ministry of Counseling and Prayer of the Edgewater Baptist Church. Please call 876-220-6474 or 876-332-7956. Weekdays between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Please talk to someone if you're finding it particularly challenging to cope during this period of crisis. Someone is waiting for your call. Please reach out today, 876-220-6474 or 876-332-7956. It's the telephone counseling and prayer ministry of the Edgewater Baptist Church. A reminder that somebody cares. Endorsed by Love 101.
When I come to the end of myself, carry me.
Once upon a time, there was a girl named Kay. She loved to dance and play. One day at school, she got very ill, and Mom was left with an unbearable It would be easier if mom was prepared. With School Companion, 80% of the bill is cleared. Medical care for children is a must. For as low as $2,540 per month, make unbearable medical bills go away. Sign up for Surgical School Companion today. Conditions apply.
Friends, you like the can in a community event, friends come together as a chill vibe, so we play games and we have to eat food that is full. You know, so we are playing so we can show up. The taste of victory. Backyard barbecue, high school, Coca-Cola.
Attention small and medium-sized businesses. Love 101, Jamaica's #1 gospel and family station, is bringing you Season Splendor, your chance to boost holiday sales and showcase your products to Jamaica.
Imagine your business promoted on Love 101 FM radio and social media, plus live on-air interview opportunities leading up to and during the event.
Visit love101.org or call us to register today.
Spaces are limited, so don't wait. Register now to secure your booth at Season Splendor.
Remember, visit love101.org to register, or just click the link in our Instagram by Let's Make This Season Unforgettable.
And make this Christmas your most successful one yet.
Happy be a man, got to be a man. Don't miss the next episode of The Mailbox as we turn the spotlight on young men and marriage. The expectations about romantic relationships forming out of friendships may be a challenge in this era. Single people turn more to dating apps and various tools to meet other persons interested in a relationship that may instantaneously evaluate romantic prospects. As single men in churches, offices, and social groups stop looking for romantic relationships that lead to marriage, you are invited to join the conversation with Brian Beadle and Darren Salmon on Wednesday, November 27th at 5:30 p.m. on the family station, Love 101. The Mailbox is brought to you by Solid PVC Pipes, manufactured in Jamaica by Foster's Company Limited. That's Wednesday, November 27th at 5:30 p.m. only on the family station, Love 101. The Mailbox, Monday.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. We hear about the mental trauma first responders and those in the security forces experience as they do their jobs. But the same is seldom considered as an issue for journalists, especially those who are often exposed to traumatic events. Now, this was the obvious concern of veteran journalist Arthur Hall as he addressed a PAJ Veterans Luncheon recently held at the Pegasus Hotel in Kingston. And this concern was years ago heightened by a Dart Center research review, which found that 92% of reporters experienced at least 4 traumatic situations in their careers. Well, to further discuss this matter, we have joining us so far Adrian Frater, who's a journalist and former news editor of The Gleaner. Good morning to you, Adrian Frater.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, how are you doing?
I am doing pretty good.
Great, good to have you with us. I gather that we're also joined by Dashan Hendricks, president of the Press Association of Jamaica. Good morning, Dashan Hendricks. Morning.
Yeah, morning.
Great. Good to have you both with us. Begin with you, Dashan. How much of a concern is the mental health of your members, especially when they are exposed to traumatic events on the job? Dashan? Oh, it's gone? Okay, dropped off. Adrian, are you with us? Adrian Frater?
Yeah, man, I'm right here.
Yeah, let me put that to you in terms of your colleagues. How much of a concern is mental health to your fellow journalists?
It is a matter of serious concern. And in fact, at the beginning where I am back now, helping out for a little while, they have made provisions whenever a journalist goes out on an assignment and encounters a traumatic situation.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Agent Frater. As you know, we're up on a break. We'll be right back, all right?
All right.
Save on your PSA and pap smear tests with your NHF card. Get $1,600 off your PSA test and $1,300 off your pap smear test. Apply for the NHF card today. The time by the National Health Fund is
7:16.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. And in this, the first watch, we are looking at the need to protect the sound minds of journalists. In so doing, we have online so far Adrian Frater, who is a journalist and a former news editor of The Gleaner. Welcome again, Adrian Frater.
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
Great. You were saying, in terms of your fellow...
At The Gleaner, the commission is made for a start of what we call desensitization. Where you go out on an assignment and you encounter a traumatic situation, you can speak. They make provision for you to speak to a professional for us to get you back on the up and up. Because some of these situations are quite traumatic, you know, if you don't really address them. They will stay with you for a long time and impact your entire life. There was a situation some time ago where myself and a colleague reporter, Nagra Plunkett, went on an assignment where the police dug up a body of a man. His head was completely severed, and just seeing a body without a head, it was just traumatic. It stayed with me for quite a long time, like a month. I was not able to really process what I had seen. At that time, I did not seek any professional assistance, but there's provision for it within the Gleaner company. I know that.
Yes. And the nature of that professional assistance is what? You get counseling, psychotherapy?
Yes, exactly. You speak for a professional who will try to walk you to the situation to give you an understanding. Look, this is not part of the course, but there's something that you will encounter from time to time, and give you coping skills as well to deal with it, to get it out of your system after that assignment. It's not really easy to get it out of your system, but after you have spoken to somebody about it, it tends to go away quietly.
So, in the process of receiving the counseling or the therapy, was the journalist or are the journalists sort of, put on leave or what? Because if they go back into another traumatic situation, it's double the situation.
You might not necessarily go on leave. For example, I have a situation now. I am back at the Gleaner's Western Bureau in an acting capacity. And just yesterday we had a discussion with one of my reporters, Mr. Brian Miller. He went on an assignment some time ago. I think sometime late last year. It was a war scene, a lot of blood. And when he came back, he asked that not to be sent on any more assignments like that. And this is not a rookie reporter. He has been he's a veteran journalist. But the situation was so moving, and it took him such a long time to really get over it, that he has asked not to be sent on any more assignments of that nature.
And you mentioned about the young one, rookie, vis-a-vis the veteran. Is it that anybody is sent? I mean, what's the process of them sending persons as reporters to these traumatic scenes?
Out in Western Jamaica, where I'm based, we have a small operation. Usually, if something happens in Hanover, we ask a reporter who is based in Hanover to go take care of that assignment. In St. James, we ask a first person. Unlike Kingston, where we have in Kingston, I think we have specialist crime reporters, and they would be better prepared, so to speak, to go out there. It's like a day-to-day routine. But what I probably want to bring to the fact that sometimes people become desensitized to the whole matter of these things because you're seeing it so often, and it's not a good thing. And while for a reporter, the gleaner, you might be able to get help from a professional, we have people in communities in Jamaica who see these things almost every day. We have children growing up seeing these things around them every day. So we are having people who have now become accustomed to seeing blood and gore that it's difficult to process in terms of what will become of these children when we normalize things like these. So it's not really some media problems, that general societal problems that needs to be addressed and addressed quickly if we want to have our people operating normally and accepting, don't normalize these things that are not supposed to be normal.
Yeah. Let's look on the other end of the spectrum, Adrian Frater. In terms of training as a journalist, from your memory and from what you know is happening today, is there training done in that regard at that level?
Yes, there is. And sometimes, almost every time, you have a session that looks at what a reporter is like to encounter in the field.
Okay.
Things like these come up. It's not just crime and violence, but how to deal with a hostile crowd, how to react when you go someplace and somebody decides to be unreasonable. I think the media houses tend to prepare you as best as they can for what you might encounter out there. But because of the violent nature of our society, a person who is not accustomed to the level of violence that we see happening around us every day, it will impact them very differently from maybe, for example, let us say somebody is from Portland, which is probably the least violent parish, and you should take that person and put him into a frenzy where you have 100 murders since the start of the year. It is going to be traumatizing for them.
Yeah, I can only imagine. You know, in the aforementioned speech that was given by Arthur Hall, he disclosed that in times past, when a journalist had a traumatic day, they turned to the church, to smoking or drinking, to quote unquote settle their nerves. Now, how did you specifically deal with that, along with the counseling that you received? How did you settle your nerves?
It took me a long time to get over it, and I did actually speak to a professional, explain what was happening to me. I was having difficulty sleeping. I was having difficulty walking past the situation.
Yeah, difficulty eating too, by the way.
Yes. In fact, I am a vegan. I don't eat meat any at all. And maybe that was one of the things that caused, because every time I would go on a scene and you see all this chopped up body and things like that, it kind of does something to your mind. You don't want to consume any meat or anything like that.
Yeah.
But maybe that was one of the reasons why I eventually gave up the eating of meat.
Wow.
But it's very, very troubling. It's very difficult. And I can remember the incident I spoke of where the gentleman was chopped off. For weeks, my colleague, Nagra Brandon, had pretty much the same situation about it. It was just very, very difficult to process. You know, sometimes we're having a lively conversation and that matter come up and then the expression and faces change. You know, it's something that people want to get over. But once you see it stays with you until you eventually get help or you go to another traumatic scene and that new scene knocked out the first one. But it is not the kind of environment that especially a young reporter should fall into. I know of a case where a reporter here in Montego Bay had an issue, and she just packed up and went overseas, walked out of the profession. She was not able to handle the difficulty of the situation she had got herself involved into in her news gathering process.
And is there a role, would you say, for your faith, one's religion, one's belief in God? How does that come into the picture?
Yes, very much so. Every time you go on a murder scene and you see like a young person on the ground, a person that is younger than you, and you realize, okay, I am older than this person and he's gone home before me. You start to ask yourself, how prepared am I to face this become my reality before long? And it's a thing that it pulls you closer to your God and to the God in you. And if you were not a praying person before, you start seeking out this kind of answer because you will know that maybe one day you'll go out and you might have to turn home. I think some media people, especially one in violent communities, are been similar situation to the police. When you leave home in the morning, you're not sure if you're going to go back home in the afternoon. You know what I mean? In this era of like these mass shootings taking place, it can just about anywhere to anyone.
It causes one to reflect, on one's life and mortality.
Yes.
Yeah. We saw that we have not been able to have Dashan Hendricks remain on the line with us, but I would have asked him about the PAJ in terms of what is being done to further address these concerns. Anything you'd like to say on that, Agent Freighter, that PAJ needs to do more of or start doing?
Well, if the PAJ is not has not adopted model that the Gleaners adopted, I would suggest that they do the same. Like a group of professionals that are called the media personnel. So whenever there is an issue there, you know you can call a doctor, Beverly Smith or whoever there is out there. Because sometimes you just need to hear that extra reassuring voice to say, look here, although you are feeling this way, I mean, you just have to process it and move on. Because at the end of the day, if it lingers, it is going to affect your state of mind. You know, it is not something that we would want to normalize. But at the same time, these are things that
par for the course.
We pretty much cannot change while we are working for probably a bit to see things get better. But for now, we just have to learn how to cope with these situations.
Yeah, and speaking about coping, any final comments and recommendations, especially to your colleagues, those who are out there now in the field, in terms of do's and don'ts?
Well, for one thing, I know because I think we are at 1,000+ murders in Jamaica at this point in time. And reporters regularly go out and cover these murders. I just would want to encourage my colleague reporters to try to put yourself in a safe space when you go out here. If you find yourself feeling trouble in a particular situation, go out, seek professional help. You know, although as the society has become desensitized to these kind of things, we just don't allow yourself to see it as being normal.
Yeah.
Protect it. Do whatever you can to protect your own state of mind. Put yourself in a comfort zone, whether you are a Christian, you are a Rastafarian, or whatever. Put a lot of emphasis on your faith.
And seek discipline.
I tend to think that if God is universal, then I mean,
can smile at any star.
The chances of navigating safely is much greater.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Adrian Freighter, for sharing this with us, because this is a side of the news cycle that many persons are not aware of or ignore. All the best to you, my brother.
Yeah, it was my pleasure, and thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, man. Listen to the Morning Watch will return in just a moment.
The time by Gem Bank is
7:30.
I know what I was saying is that a while ago when you were showing me the notes, it was on camera. The camera is right here.
Oh, so I was blocking the camera. I need to show it away from out of the side.
Yeah, I gotta slip it on this side or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. Let's now look at the newspapers to see what Jamaicans and others are really saying and doing in the Observer. Sculptures of Jamaican icons en route to World Fair in Japan. Also weeping in Waltham Park as gangsters clash leaves 6 dead. In the Gleaner, Sunshine Girls win inaugural Horizon series, and the boys held for caught on video sex assault to seek legal representation. In Loop News, JDF soldier arrested in 47 million NCB phishing scam. And Hales says amnesty will not benefit majority of NWC customers. In fact, he describes the move by JLP as desperate knee-jerk reaction. Those are some of the major stories in our newspapers. Coming up next, we'll read some of the feedback from our social media question. What's your most favorite and effective way to protect your skin from the sun? We're asking you to leave a comment on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, Love 101 FM Jamaica, or WhatsApp 876-997-3125. Soon come back.
The Love Jockey is on duty every Saturday inside June's Connection. Don't miss the hype. Don't miss the tunes. Don't miss the excitement with your boy, DJ Rebirth. Saturdays at 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on the family station, Love 101. At 3 p.m., your DJ runs the gospel rhythm. Hot. Tune in at 4 p.m. for a time where we share a word to grow your mind. GYM, grow your mind. Jim, get it? Grow your mind. And at 4:30 p.m., we share with you how young people are giving of their time and fulfilling their purpose inside Ministry in Action. We get a taste of poetry and spoken word inside Poetry and Braids, and you get to send us a WhatsApp message and request your favorite gospel song inside Gospel Praise and Vibe. All this and more every Saturday at 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Jock, your boy, DJ Rebirth. It's all here on the family station, Love 101.
You can let child, true body and them figure, keep your mind everything on right before we try. True body and them figure, keep on one we when we did son. True body.
Jamaica, we are paving the way for prosperity. Under the SPARK program, the government is investing over $40 billion to improve our community roads and infrastructure, smoother roads, safer travel, and a more efficient economy. That's what this investment means for you. Every mile we build is a step toward prosperity.
Brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
I wish I could reduce my electricity bills.
I wish I could live more sustainably.
Get a static that market from November 11, 2024 to January 31, 2025. And you could be a lucky winner in the Static Bank Mortgage Green Wish Promotion. There are 3 grand prizes of energy-saving appliances to be won. Get a Static Bank Mortgage and make your green wish come true. Visit staticco.com. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58B of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Stop and win a mega kitchen from Megamart. Spend $6,000 or more before GCC at any Megamart location and see
back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. Let's now join Jokal for a look at how our Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp friends answer today. And what's your most favorite and effective way to protect your skin from the sun? Jokal.
All right. So Kathy says to stay indoors. And also one of our listeners on WhatsApp says apply sunscreen. Yeah, so that's how they take care of them skin.
Right. Thanks to those who responded. Well, as we segue into the second watch, many experts allegedly say we should use it regardless of our melanin quotient. And I'm referring, of course, to sunscreens. But not all sunscreens are equal. And NEPA is reportedly raising awareness about the potential health and environmental risks associated with the use of some sunscreens. How could this be? And what should we do or not do in that regard? Well, to answer these and other related questions, we have online Dr. Lorenia Muir-Green. She's a dermatologist. Good morning to you, Dr. Muir-Green.
Good morning. Thank
Great.
you for having me.
Yes, great to have you with us. Well, let's begin at the beginning. For those of us who don't know or may have forgotten, what really are sunscreens and what purpose do they serve, Doc?
So sunscreens are essentially agents that help to protect us from the sun. Essentially, there are two main types that you have the chemical and the physical sunscreens. And what they do is that they prevent us from getting skin cancer, as well as they're also anti-aging.
Yeah. And are these sunscreens both for males and females, young and old?
For everybody.
And is it more so for any particular demographic group?
So in Jamaica, the pervasive thought is that if you are lighter skin or white, it's more useful for you, but it's actually for every skin type, including darker skin types.
Let's drill down a bit, Doc. How do they really work? I mean, they protect us against the rays of the sun, but how do they really work?
So again, as I said, there are two main types. You have the chemical type, and there, a lot of persons are not able to pronounce their names or the words such as avobenzone and oxybenzone. And what those do is that they absorb the UV rays and
What are the UV rays, Doc? You can just simplify those terminologies for us.
Octinoxate, avobenzone, you have oxybenzone and a few others. But what they do is that they actually, especially for the chemical sunscreens, what they do is to absorb the UV rays and dissipate it in heat and make it release from the skin. While the mineral sunscreens or the physical sunscreens, which are the ones made from titanium oxide and zinc oxide, they literally they almost act like a physical barrier, stopping the UV rays from going into the skin in the first place. So they work slightly differently.
Yeah. So you said they're chemical and mineral?
Yes.
Okay. And which one is used most of the time, more than the other?
So most persons end up using the chemical sunscreens because the physical sunscreens leave a white cast on the skin. Like when you see the cricketers with this paste on their face, those are the physical sunscreens containing the titanium or the zinc oxide. And if you've ever used zinc oxide paste as a barrier cream when you buy at the pharmacy, you'll know that it leaves a white cast on the skin. So it's the same concept. So most persons end up using the chemical sunscreens because they don't really leave any color on the skin.
Yeah, and I'm sort of going back to my original question because it doesn't seem to be a male thing. I mean, seem like cosmetics. In I guess from the perspective of many males. How does one address that?
Say that again.
No, I'm just saying it doesn't seem to be a man thing, a male thing. Seem like,
Okay.
yeah. And how does one address that? I mean, men should really be wearing them things, putting on them things.
Men don't even lotion their skins.
Mm.
We can't even get them to lotion the skin. So it's not even a matter of,
Guilty
oh,
as charged.
let's put on sunscreen. They're not even putting on lotion, looking ashy and very dry. And you're having to explain to them, as you get older, your skin moisture barrier is lost and it gets drier as you age. And so you could get away with not putting on much lotion, but as you get older, the skin gets drier and drier.
I'm so
And
sorry, Doc. Very interested. We're up on a break. We want to hear more about this. We'll soon be back.
Time on Love 101 is at 7:45. This is a public announcement from Flow. Starting January 1, 2025, Flow will fully transition to electronic billing, offering customers a faster, more convenient way to manage their accounts. This move is part of Flow's commitment to enhancing customer experience. To ensure you receive your e-bill by email, update your information today via WhatsApp at 876-620-2200. You can also access your bill anytime through the MyFlow Self-Care app. For questions, our customer service team is ready to assist via WhatsApp at 876-620-2200. That was a public service announcement from Flow.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. And this is the second watch. We are seeking to understand the burning truth about some sunscreens. And in so doing, we have online Dr. Lorenia Muir-Green, and she's a dermatologist. And of course, before the break, she was talking to the man need to put on sunscreen as well and other lotion so that your skin don't become ashy and dry. Some more on that, please, Doc.
yes, so as you get older, you don't produce as much oils to moisturize the skin, and your skin gets drier. And then once the skin is dry, you start to itch more. And so we have a lot of elderly persons coming in with a lot of itchy issues and a lot of eczema issues. And part of the treatment includes, just moisturizing the skin with a regular lotion or even simply Vaseline.
Mm.
Yeah.
And in regards, of course, to our melanin as Black people, you're saying that we should also be putting on sunscreen, not just the others. Yeah.
Because the current set of sunscreen actually has two purposes. Originally, they had only UVB, which is that part of the sun rays that cause skin cancer, while the current sets are now broad spectrum and they contain UVA protection, which helps with anti-aging. So you have persons who are farmers, not necessarily wearing, or even those who are entertainment coordinators and they're not necessarily wearing a hat when they're on, in the sun. And those kind of persons end up having significant wrinkling over time. And when you look at them versus their similar age counterparts who are indoors mostly, they are actually more advanced aged in terms of how the skin looks.
Okay. What are the so-called health and environmental risks associated with the use of some sunscreens?
Okay, so several years ago, they did some studies in Hawaii because they were thinking what was causing their coral reefs to become dead, other than maybe the climate change, of course. And they they decided to do some testing with some of the sunscreens and noticed when they did use certain chemical sunscreens, the oxybenzone and the octinoxate, um, they actually bleached the coral reef and they went dead. Now, those are the two main ones that they found to be problematic, but they've done several studies after that to show that maybe others are also problematic. And it's a long debate about how much of a problem they cause with respect to affecting our reef.
So wait, these chemicals are in the typical sunscreen. That what you're saying?
Yes, they are.
Oxybenzone and something else.
Octinoxate.
So are they in all of them or just some of them?
They're in most of them, but not all. Some of them only have in avobenzone, which is another type. They said that one is more safer for the coral reef, but also certain studies are saying that it's also not as safe as they say it is. So it's still ongoing studies that they're doing. Even right now with the mineral sunscreens, that they're also having problems because they're saying that they said go for mineral sunscreens, but now they're doing what we call micronized, or they're breaking up the larger particles of the mineral sunscreen into smaller particles, so they're not as obvious on the skin, and they say those might be problematic as well. So it's a big, massive scientific debate at the moment.
So I mean, somebody puts on a sunscreen, and we are saying that the environment is negatively impacted or can be negatively impacted by these chemicals that are in the sunscreen. That's the argument.
That's what they're saying. But the argument also is that the amount that they used to do the study was higher than what it actually happens in the actual real life. So it's almost like the amount that is exposed that you get in the actual beach. You may have, it's like a drop of 2 sand grains in like a vast body of water compared to how much they were using in actually the actual study. So it's a combination of factors of maybe they do, maybe they really cause a problem, and we're underestimating how much of a problem that they are causing. But again, like I said, this is a lot of scientific debate right now.
Yeah. So as far as you're aware, what is being done? I mean, or what should be done? Should they exclude these chemicals from them? Should our authorities ensure that this is not imported into the island?
I cannot really say as the final word on this, because I would rather say that we may be better off with, depending on how trends are going right now, whether or not most of our sunscreens we usually import from certain countries, and they already have these things already in effect, using avobenzone instead of oxybenzone instead. But then we might decide to get from another, somebody might start distributing from a different territory, and then using the old oxybenzone, which is questionable. So I really can't say with finality what should be done, because I still think there should be more studies to see how definitively problematic they are in the actual water themselves, meaning the beach versus in the lab. Because in the lab, they were used at much higher concentrations than what is happening. That is than what you actually get when you test the waters at the beach.
Yeah. For the average person utilizing these sunscreen lotions, can you tell us some of the more common signs and symptoms of the negative effects?
You mean in terms of the
skin? Yeah, the person's yeah. What are we to look for to say why this is something I need to therefore stop using it because of?
It's not really necessarily that they will affect the skin, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
They have said that oxybenzone might have hormonal disruption meaning that they can stimulate certain hormones inside the body, which, to be honest, if you're going to, you're not having persons who are going, if most persons in our setting actually only use the sunscreen when they're going to the beach or when they're going to the river, and
Right.
they are not necessarily using it on a daily basis. But we're also drinking from a lot of plastic bottles and a lot of plastic containers, that plastic that is leaching into our food,
Yeah.
which are also known to be hormonal disruptors. So it's six of one and half a dozen of the other. We're talking about an issue that has multiple factors contributing to the final effect.
Yes. And in that regard, any worst case scenario that you can share with us? You mentioned about the hormonal stuff and all of that, but anything worse than that could happen as a side effect?
So other than that, I'm not aware of. They do say that it's best not to spray, not to inhale, like the spray sunscreens. Do not, if you only have a spray sunscreen available, do not spray it into your face because you don't want to inhale it. You want to actually spray it in the hands and then put it on the face itself, because it's best not to inhale these things when you're because you get maximal absorption that way.
Yes. And just to be clear, Dr. Muir Green, you are saying that generally speaking, the negative effects of the sunscreen, if there are negative effects, and is not necessarily shown on the skin. I just want to get that clear. Is that what you're saying?
No, there's no negative effect on the skin, so to speak. The
No
only thing
peeling, no nothing like that, peeling of the skin and then.
on like most topical products, if you're allergic to it, that you will have redness of the skin, or you will get itching of the skin. You start developing rashes, and that is with like any other skincare product that you use and you develop an allergy to it. You can develop an allergy to sunscreen.
Okay. And what are the common treatment options?
For if you have an actual rash,
Yeah, rashes and what you just mentioned earlier,
you can use
the
a
redness and all that.
cream, which they usually sell over the counter, to help with that. And if that is not helping you, you might need something stronger and you need to seek help from a doctor.
A dermatologist.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Sleeping is okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, as we wind on our discussion, because this is concerning no doubt to many persons. Any do's and don'ts that you want to give to a listening audience and viewing audience as well in this regard? Just generally speaking, real lotions and sunscreens and all that.
So my biggest thing for everyone, and the good thing about our population is that we're not sun seekers. Like in other populations, as soon as the sun comes out in April, you see them sunbathing in the garden,
Yes, yes.
in the park. Good thing we're not generally sun seekers. The sun has its benefit; it lifts our mood, etc., and it has great benefit with the sun.
Vitamin D.
But it has to be respected.
Mm.
Too much exposure to it, you can get issues with
Define too much that before going any further. Define too much. How you determine when it's too much exposure?
Somebody who works in the sun all day.
Mm.
Too much exposure. And
The
most
construction workers need to be putting on sunscreen.
workers, the farmers, the entertainment coordinators, all of these persons who are in the sun daily, fishermen, they are more exposed than the regular persons. Most of us, we just probably dashing from the car or dashing from the bus to your office or to your school. We're not really that much exposed. Those persons are more at risk for developing long-term issues with skin cancer. And yes, we do get skin cancers in our population. And as, of course, the whole UV advanced aging, which everybody is talking about right now. You can't go on on anything, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, without people talking about how to
Yeah.
age gracefully, etc.
Concern. Doc, we're totally out of time. Thank you so very much, though, for the informative discussion as we looked at this burning issue of some sunscreens. Have a safe and productive day, Doc.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, Dr. Toussaint.
Great. Bye. Thank you, listeners, for being with us. For information how to get copies of this program, call our production department at 876-968-9596-7. This has been the Morning Watch. Thanks to our producer, Kathy Gale, and our guests. I'm Dylan Toussaint, returning you to Love in the Morning.